Okay, here we go. 2000 Suzuki Bandit 1200 gsf1200. It was the faired one, but it's no longer faired. We're putting carburetors back on. Here are the throttle cables. I got the barbs hooked up on there. Got the cables fed through. I like to do it, excuse me, before I get the carbs put back in. Namely because my hands are gigantic and it's way easier. I think even if you had tiny little hands, it'd be a nightmare. So the question I had was, what do you do about tightening up the cables? It doesn't matter what kind of bike you have. I do this on all the bikes that on all the bikes that I work on, and get the cables close. The bottom nut here, let's see if I can point at it without my big purple fingers in the way. This bottom nut, that one tightens up to the bracket to hold it in place. This top nut should have been already set in place pretty close to where it needed to be. So you shouldn't have to adjust that unless there was something really wonky with your cables. Same over here. Top nut shouldn't have, there we go. Top nut shouldn't have to move. The bottom nut snugs up against the bottom of that bracket there. So when you twist this here, twist this with your 10 millimeter or this one, that'll tighten that nut up. And now the whole thing is, when you grab a hold of the throttle, so I got my throttle here. When you grab a hold of the throttle, you don't want any wiggle with the throttle. You want the throttle to just pull. If it's got wiggle in it, then you got to tighten one of those up a little bit. Then at the handlebar, there's two more adjustments over here. Those we can use to fine tune the throttle for open and shutting. And the last adjustment would be your idle screw, which is underneath here, and that'll be your overall idle. So these you don't want to have adjusted to mess with the idle. This is just for the opening and closing of the carbs. We're gonna get that. So when you actually twist the throttle, there we go. When you actually twist the throttle, you don't have the cable picking up slack. It's just twist and go. To adjust the idle is all off the idle screw underneath. And I hope this helps. Have a great day.